This one's pretty blatant. There it is. There's a light in the top half. You can see it just left side of the screen at the top. It's just pulsating, strobing, and just sort of floating off. Paul, comment on that?
It just looks similar to what we've seen before, and I just have no explanation at this point.
My only comment is that really shouldn't be there. And there's nothing going on, no astronauts out there. These are all shots while they're sleeping. And as you see, nothing else. In the top right-hand corner of this shot, you see the glow of the Earth as the sun is rising. Now this is a shot of the very first orbit. And there's all kinds of things shouldn't be there. There's a pulsing light. See, it's moving in the center. It seems to be moving from left to right and heading up towards the right-hand corner as the light becomes greater here with the refraction in the center. You can see it, white thing there. You see that, Paul?
Yes, I can see it.
And it's moving up towards this corner, and up in the corner is where the Earth is located. Now you can see it there. It's still there. I don't really think stars do that. As you can see, it's just moseying on up there. There it is, pretty visible when the iris opens right up there. You can see it. It's still there.
Endeavour Houston, after you configure for vernier control, you got to go to use them.
And it's still there. It's actually going over the atmospheric part now, and it's heading up past there. Now it's right over the Earth and still heading up there. It's definitely not a star.
Yeah, you can see it passing in front of the planet.
Roger. Houston, copy. Config for vernier control, and then we have a go.
Okay, there's a projectile, or let's see now, there's all kinds of things going on. If you really look here, there's some sort of projectile shooting right up in the center. Now there's this white thing floating up here, another one of these white things. It's about center screen just to the left. You can see it again there. It's just drifting up, and another one to the left. In fact, I think if you study this, you'll see a few of them. They seem to be pulsating and strobing.
Some of them are moving quite slowly and some are moving quite quickly. There seems to be a lot of activity.
They don't seem to be moving in unison at all. In fact, they seem to be going in different directions. There's one to the left here by this aerial that when the iris opens, there's some sort of a projectile just to the right of it. If you are recording this at home, play this back a few times, you'll begin to see what we're talking about. This thing on the left still is making its way up the screen.
Yeah, they're moving in different directions and at different speeds at the same time.
Now one of them, see up here in the center, still moseying up there. It's way up over the Earth. They're definitely closer.
Endeavour Houston, we're 2 minutes away from a handover to the East Tidris.
Now this, you can see next to this white long aerial.
Roger.
One is very slow, but it's about halfway up now. I think the point here, Paul, and let me know if you agree with me, these things shouldn't be there.
Well, they don't behave like meteors would, and they also don't behave the way satellites would, and for one thing, there's too many of them in that amount of space. There's too much activity.
On the first orbit, they haven't even got, they've just done the first orbit. They haven't, there's no spacewalking, and they haven't let any waste products out. We're holding this scene because there just seems to be more of these things appearing. There's one strobing right down by the white area on the picture bottom left, to the right of that long white aerial. There, I see it strobing there. Big strobe there. You can see it there. Pretty big strobes on this.
Yes, I would say so. They seem to be behaving like they're under intelligent control, that's for sure.
There. One's moving towards the strobing one. You see the one there? Picture center left, and then the strobing one on the right there. Now, the strobing one's holding its position while this one on the right approaches it, or on the left approaches it.
Yes, I can see that.
Oh, that was quite a strobe there. Certainly appears to be a lot more going on out there than I was ever led to believe.
Well, as far as I know, satellites do not have strobe lights on them, and they don't move in these kind of patterns either. They keep a consistent orbit.
That's how I understood it too, and this was very puzzling. See, that thing is still strobing big time. These are not stars because it's not the low light camera. This is the Earth, a lot of light. Iris closed down. That thing, you'd say that would be closer, wouldn't it, obviously, than the Earth?
Oh, yes, it would be, and like you said, there's too much light. You can't see any stars in the background when the lighting conditions are like this. And another thing, stars do not strobe like this when there's no atmosphere.
I was kind of wondering why they would throw a camera like this up and just leave it on.
Well, who knows, maybe they want us to see this.
Well, we saw it, and as you see, this thing is still heading up towards the glow of the Earth. It's about dead center. It's visible. It's pretty obvious there. It's quite a lot of them. What I was wondering, Paul, is, you know, nobody ever mentions what these are.
Well, I don't know if anyone knows what these are. The only thing I can think of, possibly, if it's related to Star Wars somehow. Other than that, I have no
Mission Control,
explanation.
Houston, the orbiter Endeavour is now passing